Welcome to Family Gaming TV News, where we look through the week in gaming news and bring you what's important to you as families. Now, lots has happened since my last video, so I'll dive right in. Invisimals is out, so that's the new game on PS3 and Vita. It's a different game on PS3 than it is on Vita, but they're kind of related. They're set in the same world. Play it and you'll see what I mean. But Wes went to the launch party, so he got to see kind of what the augmented reality is like with the Vita version and how that works and everything, which is pretty cool. Wes has also been checking out Child of Light, which is an upcoming side-scrolling adventure kind of RPG-esque game from Ubisoft. It's being developed by a small team in Ubisoft Montreal. Beautiful looking game, and so it should be. It's being developed in the UbiArt framework, the same engine as was used for Rayman Legends and Rayman Origins, if you've played either of those. A small girl and a ball of light that follows her around and helps her out, so you can play it in co-op as well. Check out Wes's video for more information on that. Now, some particularly interesting gaming news that's happened this week that should be interesting to a broader audience is that Oculus VR, which is the company that produces the Oculus Rift, the virtual reality headset, has been bought by Facebook for $2 billion in cash and shares. Now, obviously, that's an extraordinary amount of money. Virtual reality is really huge at the moment, which is why Sony has actually recently announced their own virtual reality headset. Currently in the prototype stage, it's called, or codenamed at least, Project Morpheus, and I'm sure we'll have more information on that soon. But as for Oculus VR, Mark Zuckerberg released a post on Facebook about the news, saying that the company will be able to work independently, carry on producing gaming experiences, so that should relieve fans. But he then also said that after that, they'll be developing different kinds of experiences, so more kind of social experiences, connected experiences, the kind of things you'd expect from Facebook. There are also some developers who don't seem too happy with the news. In particular, Notch, obviously the creator of Minecraft, has said that he will cancel his plans to bring Minecraft to the Oculus Rift. I think that they were talking about this right up until the announcement that Facebook had bought the company. Notch doesn't seem very happy about it at all. He says that virtual reality, he thinks it's a great thing. He's not a fan of Facebook. In fact, he tweeted, "Facebook creeps me out." If you've tried out the Oculus Rift, or if you're particularly excited about virtual reality, be sure to let us know in the comments what you think about the whole thing, especially now that Facebook is behind it all. Now, speaking of negative reactions from fans and commenters, Atari has responded to the reaction that it got about the Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 news. In an interview with Digital Spy, a representative from Atari said that the PC version would definitely be a completely different game from the mobile version. The game is going to have a price, but it's still going to have in-app purchases, the mobile version. It's also going to have, I think, an in-game currency that you can use to speed up waiting times for rides to be built. The mobile version is out this month on iOS, and then in the summer on Android, and then the PC version will be later this year. So let us know if you're thinking of picking up the iOS version. We'd be really interested to hear what you think about it, especially if you've played the older PC ones. Now, something else that's happened since our last news video is the European Commission has authorised this tax relief system, which basically means that some developers whose games qualify, will be able to pay less tax. Now, to qualify, a game has to pass a cultural test, and it gets points for different things like being set in the UK, or having characters from the UK, or how much work was done in the UK, and things like that. Also in the UK, McDonald's has released its range of Happy Meals with Mario toys in them. Now, Nintendo Life has actually done a pretty funny unboxing video of a couple of these Happy Meals with the toys inside, so you can see what they look like. But basically, it's just a whole range of characters from the Mario games. If you've picked up any of them, we'd be interested to hear about it. If anyone's got a full collection already, that would be particularly interesting to hear. Now, more game-related freebie news comes from MCV, who says that from this Friday, if you pop down to Game, you can get a free Pokemon for Pokemon X and Y. If you've got the X version of the game, you'll get Magmar, so that's a fire-breathing Pokemon from the original games. And if you've got Y, you'll get Electabuzz, which typically is an electric Pokemon. You also get a pack of trading cards, a sample pack. This has got a foil Pikachu in it, and some cards from the new X and Y sets. You don't even have to buy anything to get those. Now, even more Nintendo freebies. Sega has announced that Sonic Lost World is getting some free DLC on the Wii U. The DLC is called The Legend of Zelda Zone, and it gives Sonic a nice a green Zelda hat to wear and lets him run through some Hyrulean, so Hyrule is the world in Zelda, landscapes, so very green, very peaceful looking. The DLC is free and it's available now, so if you've got Sonic Lost World, might as well go and head over to your Wii U and download it after you finish watching the video, and let us know what you think of it. Now, that's all from more general gaming news. We'll move over to our specific favourites. We'll start with Minecraft. So the Realms service for the PC version of the game is available now in the UK and in the Netherlands. Now, the Realms service is the service that lets you create servers and host multiplayer games. So you can invite your friends and family into your world, play all together, build a house together, that kind of thing. You can do it without the Realm service, I think, but it's quite a technical challenge. This is a really good, easy way to do it instead. It only costs £8 a month, and that's available now, so you can go and try it out. As I've said before, the Pocket Realms service has been taken down in the UK, but that's because the team is working on the next big update for the Pocket version of the game. That's update 0.9, which will include a load of new biomes and stuff like that, bigger worlds. Basically, it's going to bring it closer to the PC version, is what we think. But a new screenshot shows the new world generator in action, and we're promised that the new biomes will be working soon, so hopefully we'll have news on that soon. As for the 360 and PS3 versions, their latest update is live now. That's Title Update 14. It came out for the 360 on March 26th and the next day on the PS3, and it brings a whole long list of additional items and features. Also with this update, the PS3 version gets a couple of new texture packs. It gets the plastic one and the city one, and there are screenshots of those available too if you want to check out whether you think you might want to buy them. Moving over to Skylanders, Tesco has got an exclusive figurine, Nitro Freezeblade, which is Freezeblade with kind of gold-coloured clothes on him. That's £13.50 and it's in stock now, so if you're a collector, you might want to go and get that. Wes has also seen some other interesting variants on the Dark Spyro forums. These are not confirmed, but people have got pictures of bronze and silver versions of the figurines Trap Shadow and Stink Bomb. So keep an eye out for those. If you see anything, be sure to let us know in the comments. Now, we've got no more Skylanders news for now. It's pretty sparse this week. But what we do think is that the Skylanders 4 announcement should be coming soon. If you think about it, the games normally come out around October. We have heard that there was going to be an official announcement this year, so we're thinking that'll come soon. Let us know in the comments what you think this next game is going to be. If you think it'll be those swappable weapons that we've talked about before, or if you think maybe it'll bring carts, kind of like Angry Birds carts, anything like that, or something completely different. If you've got any theories, we'd love to hear about them. Now, Disney Infinity, also not a lot of news there, but the new Phineas and Ferb toy box pack is coming out soon in the UK, and there's a new trailer which shows some of the gameplay from this new toy box, so you can see Phineas and Ferb in action in the game in this trailer. You can use the power discs to customize your entire toy box to the world of Phineas and Ferb, so you can kind of make it look like an episode of the show. Now, we've also heard that you want Sims news in these videos, that you want to add it to the collection of games that you're particularly interested in, like Minecraft and Skylanders and things like that. I'm happy to oblige. The Sims is actually one of my favourite games, so this would be really good for me. Now, Sims 4 doesn't have an official release date, but we have heard that it's coming out later this year. And because of that, EA is kind of keeping quiet about it. There isn't much in the way of news coming at the moment, but there are a few trickles. For one thing, someone from EA gave a talk at GDC, one of the senior developers on the game. It was quite a technical talk. It's a developers conference, so it's for other developers, not really for fans and consumers. But it does mention multitasking in it, which I think is particularly interesting about the upcoming game. So you'll be able to hopefully direct your Sims to do more than one meaningful action at a time. This should mean more than just kind of holding a baby and watching TV at the same time, which I think Sims can already do. It should be kind of more involved than that. The talk also mentions getting scenes with multiple actors working properly with this multitasking. So hopefully that means more realistic group dynamics and interactions between Sims, which is really what the game is all about, at least for me. EA have posted to the Facebook page a screenshot of 4 Sims in the new kind of Sims 4 style of design, which is slightly more cartoony, crossing the Abbey Road crossing, which was made famous by the Beatles. It's the zebra crossing outside the Abbey Road studios. They've tweeted the picture because the score for the game is being recorded at the Abbey Road studios, presumably as we speak. Presumably they're working on it right now. Now, in the picture, you can see one of the Sims playing on the violin as she walks, and another one is on his phone. Now, I think this is probably a nod to the multitasking, so hopefully we'll be able to get Sims doing more complicated things as they kind of head places. You know, if you could get a Sim to have a conversation with his boss as he was on the way to work, that could be really beneficial. Also, if you look at the picture at the back, the Sim has tattoos on his arms. Now, fan site Sims VIP, which is really good for Sims News, they have a quote from Sim Guru Graham. They asked him about the tattoos and whether they would be in the base game. And he said, Andre does look like he's gotten some work done in the past 6 months, with a little winking face. So it sounds like that's not official confirmation, but some kind of confirmation that we will be allowed to give our Sims tattoos in the game. Now, that's all that I've got for news, but there was quite a lot of it there, obviously. And we'll move on to the charts. Remember, we group these by PEGI rating, and that's suitability, not ability. So it's not how difficult the game is, it's what content it has in it. So the first group is 3+, and top of this group, yet again, is FIFA 14. But the other two are slightly different this week. We've got MXGP, the official motocross video game. It's new this week, but it's only made it to number 19. A slightly more niche topic than some of the car racing games. This is for those who are into motorbikes rather than cars. It's kind of a simulation game for people who like bikes. And then third is Yoshi's New Island, which is only on 3DS, which might explain why it's only at number 21 on the charts overall. In the PEGI 7+ category, the Lego Movie video game is still at the top, and it's still in the top 5 of the charts overall, so it's doing really well. And then next is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. It's doing particularly well because it's a Microsoft exclusive, unlike the Lego games, which are across most platforms. Plants vs. Zombies is only on, I think, Xbox One and Xbox 360, and that's number 11 overall in the charts, so that's good. And then Lego Marvel Super Heroes is third in that category. In the PEGI 12 category, at the top, we've got Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster. That's at number 10 overall, which is a pretty good sign for fans of RPG games. And then you've got Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, which is new out this week, and it's come in at number 15, which is pretty impressive. Again, that's a 3DS exclusive, so that's good to see. Also, it's good to see some PEGI 12s finally coming into the charts. We haven't had many in previous weeks, and now we've got 2 pretty good ones, pretty high up there at 10 and 15, so that's really good. In the PEGI 16 category, at the top is Infamous Second Son. And that came out last week, but it's still at number 1 in the charts overall. Particularly impressive, it's a PS4 exclusive, so only people who've got PS4s can play it, so it's impressive that it's doing so well. Now, this game is particularly interesting because it stars Troy Baker, the voice actor who also plays Booker DeWitt in Bioshock Infinite and Joel in The Last of Us. So second in the 16+ category is Titanfall. That's another Xbox One exclusive. And then third is Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. This is actually DLC, not a full game, but it still managed to make it to number 6 in the charts. It's new out this week. Now, in the PEGI 18 category, finally, the top one is Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. That's number 2 overall. It hasn't quite managed to be out Infamous, despite being available on PS4 and PS3. But it's doing well to be at number 2 overall. It's not really a full game, it's kind of a prologue to the other Metal Gear Solid 5 game that should be coming out. And then other games in the 18+ category, South Park, The Stick of Truth, and Battlefield 4. Now, there aren't many new releases coming out this week, we've just got a couple, but on April 4th in the UK, we've got 2 16+ games coming out. There's Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends, which yet again doesn't seem like it's a full game, it's just additional story content for the beat-em-up Dynasty Warriors 8 that was released last year. And then finally, The Elder Scrolls Online. Now, this is quite a big one. The Elder Scrolls games are incredibly popular. You've got kind of Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, things like that. And this is the first MMO that's going to be set in that universe as opposed to single-player RPG, which is what the series traditionally is. So it'll be interesting to see how well it does and how many people pay for the subscription model and head into Tamriel to play for themselves. especially be interested to see how the servers and things hold up. It's a very popular series, so if a lot of people buy it, it could give some server strain. So I'll have to wait and see what happens there. Now, that's all the news I've got for this week, but there has been quite a lot there. So if you've got any feedback on anything that we've covered, any opinions you want to let us know about, be sure to let us know in the comments. And do let us know if you were happy with the Sims news that we brought you, and if you see any tips, we'd love for you to let us know. I love the Sims, so any news you have, I'd love to hear it anyway. But that's all from me this week. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.